It's hard to believe that we're just 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. Johnny Talk Sports here to provide you with my NFL Mock Draft 4.0. I'm planning on doing one more after this. I want to try to squeeze in maybe a sixth one, but I think 5 will be plenty. But for the fifth one, I do want to try to extend it a bit. Like maybe go into round 2 or maybe even round 3. If I have the stamina and energy for that, or if I have the time for it. But I definitely want to do rounds 1 and 2 for that 5th one. I'm just not sure if we're going to do the 3rd one yet. We're just going to see. So my 4.0, it may look a little bit different to some. To others, it could be understandable. It could be a pretty good mock draft to some. But I'm not going to go over all of it. I'm going to put it in the description box down below. So you just want to see who I had your favorite team drafting. You can just go right ahead and read the description in the description box. That's all that matters to me. But I will say a few things because there's a couple talking points I want to get to. And the thing I want to start off with is the quarterback situation. Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen. Those are the 4 main quarterbacks we've been talking about all throughout this NFL draft process. Is Josh Rosen the chosen one? Is Sam Darnold the quarterback of the future for the Browns? The Browns want Josh Allen. Is Baker Mayfield going to be the surprise quarterback that's going to win a Super Bowl for maybe even the Jets? Because Baker Mayfield to the Jets has been talked about quite a bit lately, but it seems to me that the Jets like Josh Rosen. And that's something I want to get to. Because not only do I want to have my NFL Mock Draft 5.0 extended a bit, I want to include trades in it. And something that I think could happen. I thought about this today, and I'm really glad that I thought about it today because I wanted to unleash this mock draft for a couple days now, but I just couldn't find the right moment for it. And it's a good thing I waited till just now because I thought about what the Jets could probably do if they want Josh Rosen. Especially what could happen. What if the Browns are interested in Sam Darnold after all? Because people are thinking that the Browns are going to go Josh Allen, some people are going to go Sam Darnold. I will address this right now, though. At number 1, I have the Browns going Sam Darnold. And then it gets interesting after that. Because the Jets, I think they seem to like Josh Rosen. And the Jets are picking at 3. And the Giants might also want Josh Rosen. So do the Jets just try to pull out everything they have left? Because the Jets already gave up their 2nd round pick to the Colts to move up from 6 to 3. That was a part of the deal. But do they make a big sacrifice? Like, for example, I believe the next pick after this 3rd overall pick for the Jets is pick number 72. Could they sacrifice that pick? I mean, if you're a Jets fan, I want to know if you'd be okay with your team doing this. If you want Josh Rosen. Because there's at least one Jets fan out there that wants Josh Rosen. You know who you are. But would the Jets be willing to give Cleveland for the number 1 pick and solidifying Josh Rosen, the 3rd overall pick, the 72nd overall pick, and a 2019 first rounder? And if that trade ever went down, who'd win that trade, Cleveland or New York? That's an interesting talking point that I have. And to continue the conversation about the quarterback battle. Because right now, based on the way it's being portrayed, I see a 6-team fight for 4 quarterbacks. Maybe even 5 if you don't include Arizona in this. I'm thinking Cleveland, New York Giants, New York Jets, the Broncos, the Bills, and the Cardinals. Those 6 teams are fighting for 4 quarterbacks. So at least 2 of them are going to get left out of getting a top 4 quarterback prospect, or even one of the top 4 quarterbacks that have been mentioned throughout this NFL draft process. But where does Lamar Jackson fall into this equation? So I think Lamar Jackson, I think he's going to be just as good as these other four guys. In fact, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson might be one of the two best in this class. I think Rosen's the best one. And I'd go with Lamar Jackson, then Baker Mayfield, then Sam Darnold, then Josh Allen. I think Lamar Jackson, I think wherever he goes to, I think it's going to be, I think he's got the most potential to be successful right out of the gate. And it's not just basing it off the mock draft I have. In fact, I'll name where I have the quarterbacks going in this mock draft. I have Sam Darnold to the Browns at 1, Josh Rosen to the Giants at 2, Baker Mayfield to the Jets at 3, Josh Allen to the Broncos at number 5. Then I have Lamar Jackson, number 12, to the Bills. Do the Bills want to trade into that top 5 to try to get either Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield or even Josh Rosen? Do they want to try trading into that top 5? That's going to be an interesting thing. It's keep an eye on those 6 teams that I just mentioned. Cleveland, New York Giants, New York Jets, Broncos, Bills, and Cardinals. Those are 6 teams to keep an eye out on for 4 quarterbacks, maybe even 5 quarterbacks, since I'm including Lamar Jackson in this equation. So one of those teams is going to get left out of a quarterback. I think those 6 teams are fighting for 5 quarterbacks, and one's getting left out. And right now, it's probably looking to be the Cardinals. Because the Cardinals, I don't think, have the resources to trade up to get one of the quarterbacks. I thought, going into 2017, I thought the Cardinals were going to be a team to trade up to get one of the quarterbacks, to get Josh Rosen, to get Sam Darnold, to get Josh Allen. But do the Cardinals really have any resource whatsoever to try to trade into that top 10, top 5, or whatever to get a quarterback? The next talking point that I have is what kind of teams maybe toward the middle could trade up. There are 3 teams that I think could end up trading at some point in this first round. I think the Falcons are going to trade up at some point because the Falcons are known to trading up in drafts past. They just did it last year to trade up for Tech McKinley. They've done it to get Desmond Trufant. I think they might do it again. They may be picking 26. But I got a suspicion that I think the Falcons are going to try to trade up for Vita. I know I don't have that in my mock draft, but in my 5.0, I might put that in there, especially if I want to do a mock draft with trades. In fact, that's probably the 2 mock drafts I'm going to do. I'm going to do a mock draft 5.0 with trades and a mock draft 5.0 without trades. And that'll probably be that one where I extend it into the second round. So that could be 5 and 6. Now I think the Falcons are a team that might do that. Try to trade for Vita. I also think the Cowboys might trade up to get Roquan Smith, because what if Roquan Smith doesn't fall to 19? I've seen some mock drafts where Roquan Smith falls a little bit, but would he still be there at 19? Because the Cowboys should find a linebacker. That's one of the needs that isn't really being talked about that much. So I am interested to see if the Cowboys trade up. The third team I'm interested in making a deal, maybe not necessarily trading up, but just making a trade in general, and that's the Patriots. Because this is one of the rare times that we have the Patriots with multiple draft picks in the first round. This is a rarity. We hardly see the Patriots even in the draft at all. Nobody really mentions what the Patriots do in the draft because they do their business in free agency. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Patriots either trade one of their 2 picks in this first round, whether they trade the 23rd pick or the 31st pick. I got a suspicion that the Patriots are going to trade one of those 2 picks. As far as I'm concerned, out of the 32 NFL teams, I think only 2 of them have their draft board set, and the Patriots aren't one of them. I think the Patriots are going to be the 32nd team to have their draft board set. Because really, we're not used to seeing the Patriots in this draft, because normally the Patriots, they're one of the last things we talk about in the draft. But now that they have 2 first-round picks, along with Buffalo and along with Cleveland, now they're being talked about. So I'm interested to see if the Patriots trade one of their picks. I think they're going to. That's just a prediction I have. So those are just my talking points. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends and family. And my mock draft is going to be in the description box down below, so check that out. I'm planning on doing at least one more mock draft, maybe even 2 of them, like I just said. Maybe one with trades and one without trades, where I go from where I extend it to round 2. Anyway, stay tuned to Johnny Talk Sports. We have the NBA playoffs coming up, so that's going to be a fun video to watch. I'm stoked for the NBA playoffs for the first time in 5 years. So I'll see you next time.